Michael with United Veterans Worldwide, excited today to meet with my friend GLEB. We have been in contact with each other now for probably 3 months, maybe 4 months, maybe.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I think so.
we had a good conversation. He is located in, well, where are you located, GLEB?
Uh, right now I'm at home. It's Russia, Saratov City.
And
So
yeah,
on my rest.
yep. And he joined the military. We'll talk a little bit about that. And we'll talk about a journey that he's taking now to find peace, to find hope, to find wellness. So I want to introduce you to GLEB, my friend. GLEB, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Uh, so my name is GLEB, and I'm at 28. Yeah, 28 years old. Was born in Saratov, and almost uh, 6 weeks after my birthday, my parents met missionaries, and my mother joined church. Yeah, and then my dad joined the church, then my sister, and then me. That was like long period of time, like 8 years. Then so pull my family in this church, and uh, me and my sister we served in Saint Petersburg mission. So we was missionaries, and after I also served my I would say, dang, that's interesting. But we have necessary uh, service in army for now. It's for 1 year. Yeah. So before my mission, I served in army for 1 year. Then I served my mission for 2 years, and now it's again I'm in army for 2.5 years. Yeah. So mostly it's all.
And you said you've been in the Army for 3.5 years or two and a half?
Well, before my mission, it's necessary service time, and now I was mobilized. So in general, it's 3.5.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It is.
Yeah. So why did you join the military after your mission? What was the motivation to join the military? Because you already did your 1 year mandatory, right?
Yes. Well, it was 2022, and things in Ukraine was not really nice. And our government told that they will start mobilizing process, and they need some citizens to join the military. And me and my dad, we a little bit discussed about this. What do we feel about this, and what we need to do? Then we talked with my mom, his wife, and we shared with her our feelings and what do we think we should do. And my decision was to be honest before my government, my country, because you need come in like recruiting center. I think it's most close.
Yes.
You mean and renew my address, my location, where I am living. So if I wouldn't do this, they never will find me. But it wasn't honest.
Yeah.
And I thought about this bigger thing in my life. bigger point in my life is be honest between others. Well, I try to do my best in this, and I pray to God about this because I have clearly understanding that if I will come in recruiting center and will tell them my new address, they immediately give me like we'll say invitation, and I will immediately be called like mobilized citizen. And I pray to God, and He told me if I will do this, He will be with me, and it will be right thing to do. Be honest, be between government and country. So it was Monday, September. Well, 2026, I think 26 September of 2022. Yeah, me and my dad came in recruiting center. I renew my living address. They give me this invitation, and next what we done, my dad told me, right now you will come with me and I will join army. He wasn't called like mobilized, but he decided to give his time and his life for his country because he have really big love, and he is one of the biggest example of patriot for me. So we came to another recruiting center. He restored his officer well, he was restored like an officer, and in 2 days he left our home, and next day after his leaving, I was leave. So basically,
Yeah, we call it here mobilized.
well, almost the same. Just mobilizovan, same thing. It's just interesting thing.
Yeah.
Languages.
Yeah. So when you join the army and your dad joins the army, what is your position in the army? When I joined the army, I joined in the infantry, and then I joined.
What does it mean?
Infantry are the fighting soldiers on the ground.
Okay.
But there are other positions like intelligence, medical, supply. You know.
Me and my dad. Well, me. My position was, how to say this, inventory. I don't know. Okay, and my dad was kind of inventory, but he mostly support troops who to step back.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
I don't know if you will say by the same way. He just covered them, not cover them. I don't know if it's understandable.
We call it a rear echelon, the unit that's in the back before they go back to the front.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and he also was one of the troop who evacuate wounded guys or who was dead or something, and he gave a lot of stories how he basically saved lives, and that's a huge example for me. He's brave, so yeah.
So your dad saw a lot of trauma, a lot of difficulty.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I know what that's like. as I served in Iraq, and it changes people.
It is.
And how is your dad doing today?
Um, I think it's more easier for us because we're church members and we have understanding of great plan of salvation. We know about life after death, and we have a hope, at least hope, and then we have understanding if we have testimony. So we talk with that a lot before mobilization and this conflict. We talk about our attitude, not attitude, well, I will say our understanding to death or
About death?
to death,
Yeah.
to death, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thanks, to death, and we come to this understanding that we more calm, may face that our clothes will leave us because we believe that we will face them after all. So it is sad and it is big tragedy if, of course, also if it's conflict. And also it's sad when in regular life our parents will leave us or other close relatives. And it's really hurtful, but we have a hope, we have a faith, and it helps us move on.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. That's beautifully said, and it's true. But I know for myself, even being grounded in truth, that we still sometimes have to suffer. And sometimes in combat, we see things, we do things, um, we see the suffering of the population that we fight against, and it's very difficult as a human being who loves people to see that stuff over and over and over again, and it starts to mess with the mind. And do you know the word depression?
Yeah, depression
And anxiety?
Anxiety. That's familiar.
It,
Anxiety.
it means like being very, very nervous, or even always feeling very intense.
Okay, no, well, I understand this. I just try to get Russian word. Тревожность, yeah, got it. Okay.
Okay. And depression and anxiety are the two struggles that I've seen in veterans, in police, in people who have gone through extreme trauma. And sometimes down the road of struggle, it leads to suicide. And suicide in the military in the United States from 20 years of war is a big issue.
It is. Through these 2.5 years, well, actually, first year of this conflict and our mobilization, there was not one example of this problem. I knew 3 or 4 guys who commit suicide right on a battlefield, and that's not really nice. Like that's not really helpful for others because they just citizens who was called, and it was difficult to them, and also like sometimes we feel a little bit overwhelmed, and they was cool guys, but they just gave up, and that's a sad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that uh, God may help one of them, but they never knew, or they never he will help them, or they can ask him to help them, or they just never think about this. It was easy way to stop, to feel depression, anxiety, and it is sad thing.
Yeah, it's very sad, especially for the families that they leave behind,
It is.
or for
It
their
is.
or for their brothers and sisters in the military who knew them. It
It is.
it becomes very difficult, and I have way too many friends that I've known who have done that. They saw no hope. They were depressed, and they were consuming alcohol, and they just
Or weed.
or weed, and they just
It is.
spiral down until they're done. Um, how do you stay well, or how does your dad stay well when you've seen the same difficulties and the same trauma?
I never saw Dad's difficulties. He went through more more hard things than I, and it's also it's two different type of personality. My dad, he really liked to serve others. That's a great thing, and I remember how he told how his troop, like for 5 or 8 persons, they разделили. I think it's spread 4 ramen noodles. It's like 4 packs of ramen noodles,
Yeah.
and 2 cans of, I will say, is beef can. I don't know if you understand this.
Yep. Ramen noodles and
So
beef
they
cans.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. They just boil it and eat together from one
Pot.
well, I will say pot. Thank you. And he told me that it was a difficult time when they have not really enough food and water. They just share with each other everything that they have and just live one more day. And I remember how he told about his cold night when he built, I don't know, built, not built. It's not pechka. Well, say, do you know what's mean kamin? Well, something that he can warm up his position. I don't know how to say this in English.
Okay.
So he told that it was so smoky, like, and he can't stay for a long time, and he's a cool small, I don't know, place when he live, and like in ground
Yeah. Yeah.
he dig some cover and lived inside. So it was so smoggy, and he had to go out
Yeah.
to breathe. But there, inside was warm, outside was so cold, and he just walked back and forth. That like he talk about this, and he laughing. It's so nice. I still remember how he told me the stories, and it's just his attitude. Because when it was USSR, yeah, uh, he joined military, and he studied for officer. He was officer in USSR, and when USSR fell apart, he left army, and his whole life it was life of broken soldier, because he sacrificed his heart to country, and it was really terrible for him. And also he really liked sport and difficult things. He climbed some mountains, and it often he was alone in nature. So he knows how to live in difficulties, and he goes through this, and he never let his arm down, and he prayed a lot. Me and my dad, we get permission to make sacrament for ourselves, and we did it as often as we can. It's almost every Sunday, but there was a couple days we wasn't able to do this. But it's also helping us, and uh, I think it's a lot. We put on God a lot of our hope and faith that He will never leave us, but He will help us go through this. Also, a big help for me is my patriarchal blessing, where it's clearly said, "You will have family, you will be married." If it can say to the man, I don't know. In Russian, it's difficult. You will sit in the temple, you will have children, and you will serve in church. So far, I haven't married yet. I have a fiance, but not. We wait for finishing this conflict, and so as far as I am single, I I have a hope, not hope. Well, actually, I have knowledge. Like you know, I have a part of my patriarchal blessing. What was completely done, like word in word. In particular, in my blessing was something told to me, and it was done like word in word. And I have no doubts that something else wouldn't be complete for me. So I have hope, faith, and why not just go through this?
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's very inspiring. Um, your father seems like an incredible person.
He is.
I hope I hope my kids think the same highly of me.
Don't doubt it.
Don't doubt it. Um, Gleb, you mentioned to me a while ago that you had a best friend who who didn't make it. Do you remember telling me this?
My best friend.
Yeah.
When did I tell you this?
I think it was back in the beginning.
Back in the beginning. That's an interesting thing. So far, I gladly have my best friends alive,
Oh, good.
but I do have like, or not recently, but like 1 or 2 months ago, one of my comrades, like my troop comrades, he was killed. So that's a sad one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I
Bunch
mixed
of
up the
my
story.
friends was wounded.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I want to check this. I don't want to be a liar.
So, you said a couple of your friends were wounded. What kind of wounds did they sustain?
um, drones. They
Mm.
at the first like for it was 1 month as we went on a new Russian territory, we'll say,
Mm-hmm.
and some drone drop a grenade.
Mm-hmm.
So it was me, my friend, and we was on a hill, and I like drone fly and drop this, so I ran out this grenade, and that was funny because I failed and rolling down. That was so shameful. But uh, my friend, he ran, ran so he get a little sharp and he was wounded. So not really bad. It was easy way wound, but it's also harmful.
Yeah.
Other guy, it was FPV drone. Um, kamikaze. I don't know. I tried
Kamikaze.
to
Yeah.
say this with American. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's not American accent. It's Japanese accent.
Yep.
Okay. Same thing. Kamikaze.
Mm-hmm.
And he was wound. He was get piece in his eyeball,
Mm.
or how you say this. Well, I I believe that he told me sharp in his eye, but I believe I don't know. I think he told me that he get a piece in his eye, but they took it out and he is right now okay, but his eyes working a little bit worse than
Mm.
before.
Mm. Mm.
Bunch of people.
Yeah.
One of church members, he was wounded twice in arms, and now he get through really difficult surgery, and his left hand, like working with hard. I don't know how to say this. Like it's hard working.
Mm-hmm.
He has some plastin and bunch of people. Also, my dad was wounded, and this cool story about Trump and he stuck on fight, and when he get bullets in his ear, my dad uh, faced some similar um, situation. Sharp just cut his ear because he just uh, moved his head, and
Yes.
he have to be killed. But God said he is alive.
Yep.
In
Yeah. That's incredible.
It is. It's not only once. He told me that he walked on a field and he saw like drones going in face to face, just struck to him, and then was wind and drone fell down. They just like get to go sleep. It's just saving his life.
Miracle.
Miracle. And it is. It's not only once. It's a bunch of time when my dad told cool stories.
Yeah.
I remember when me and my guys was in a position, and then drone fly around us, and I hide myself, and I heard how he flying around like small circle right over me. It was kind of interesting experience, and he fell in another position. Я не знаю, как сказать укрепление. Well, position will say. Fortress. Fortress. I find it. So he struck another fortress.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that in this fortress was my friend, and this fortress had two layers.
Mm-hmm. Levels?
Nah, floors.
Floors? Okay.
Levels. Yeah, thank
Mm-hmm.
you. It's just small fortress, and when he heard this drone, he goes in lower level and he hides, and drone struck this fortress, was with fire, explodes.
Explosion?
Yeah, exploding. Thank you. And he just goes out with big eyes. Whoa! It was so funny because he told me that he what did he say? No, I remember what he said. I tried to translate it.
Yeah.
He told that contusion. When where if you close to explosion, you can оглох. Became deaf. I don't know. Like have problems with ears.
Yeah. The ears, the sound. So, yeah, the blast. Yeah.
Yeah. So he haven't that difficult. So it just like boom, and it's okay. That's very nice. I care about him a lot.
Yes.
That time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you still in the military?
A lot of drones.
Yeah.
That's it. Huh?
Are you still in? Is your dad still in the military?
Yes, we are. It's my vacation. Like I came to my home for resting, get some rest, whatever. Yeah, and in the future I will back to field.
I hope that the conflict with Russia and Ukraine can be over.
We all hope for this.
Yep,
These are brothers.
Yep, I want peace between the Ukrainians and the Russians again. I want peace.
Well, it never will be like in like before 2014. Yeah, when Ukraine became Maidan or something like this. But this war have to be done.
Yep, there are so many people that are injured emotionally and mentally that need to heal. And
it is.
I hope that I can, in some small way, help in the future for Ukrainians and Russian soldiers to heal and recover and find joy in their lives again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Gleb, thank you very much for joining me. These are amazing stories, and tell your father that I respect him. And for your service to God and to country, I hope and pray that the conflict ends and that you're able to get married to your fiance and start a family and live in peace.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before we finish?
Yes. For all militaries, I think the most great will be to read Book of Mormon, especially chapters about Captain Moroni, Helaman and his sons. Actually, about two Captain Moronis. First, the great man, and second, who asked Alma for God's counsel. And what can be hopeful more than ask God for a counsel, comfort, help? Nothing. Like we Russians told, we're Russians, God with us. Or if God with us, who will
stand against
win?
us?
Yes. And it's not only about Russians.
Yeah.
It's about all children of God. And we are all children of God. So if things going bad, Carl, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. That's perfect. Well, Gleb, let's stay in touch. You be safe as you go back to the field, and tell your dad as well, and you'll be in my thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, my friend.
Bye.